Is it on?
It's on.
Good evening, or good afternoon, I guess, from Watson Lake, Yukon.
Yes.
We left Dease Lake early this morning. Mama rolled us up, and we were out of there before 8 o'clock. It was 183 miles from there to here, which is a short drive day for us, but it worked out good. We're going to do some laundry and go to the grocery store and stuff like that. But it was literally 100 miles of bad road once you left Dease Lake. When we got closer to the Yukon, the road got better, and now we're staying just off the Alcan, and it's what little we've driven seems like it's a bet not seems like it is a better road than what we're used to. The last 2.5 days, just the road was just not pleasant at all. It's not fun to drive because I can't look at the scenery because I'm watching the road for the next frost heave or the next pothole or the next anything. So it's just not easy driving.
Well, you ain't looking for the next wildlife because we ain't seen
Ain't seen Dookie.
We thought we might have seen an eagle, and I snapped a quick photo, but
we're calling it.
Yeah.
So that makes 3 eagles for the trip, and then that's all.
That's it.
Well, I was just going to say something else, but I've lost it. So
well, that's okay. Yes, it was beautiful scenery. I'm going to inject some photos. There was one lake. It was called Good Hope Lake. It was stunning. I'm telling you, the pictures do not do it justice for the color. I can't even really describe what kind of color it was. It was almost like a turquoise kind of color, like a deep, I don't know. You'll just have to look at it and decide for yourself. But it was gorgeous. I just could snap a few pictures of it. And that's the way it is with the scenery around here. You just turn a corner and, oh, there it is. A beautiful lake or a beautiful mountain or scenery. And then you're just driving by. So we just have to get some pictures just out the window or some videos as we can. So if it looks a little janky, I'm sorry. But we do our best. I do go back and try to edit the videos and the pictures especially, and try not to get the rig in them, because if you're taking a picture outside looking out of the rig, you get like the mirror and the overhang, the cab. So I do try to edit those, and I'm going to try to add some music. I know it's been a little dull, but we're just learning. Like I said, I just do this off my iPhone, and then I do the iMovie and just make us a little movie and then upload to YouTube. So we don't have a laptop or any of those fancy things, so we're just winging it out here in the wilderness. In the wilderness, let me tell y'all, we was in the wilderness today.
Part of the reason you can't, there's not a lot of, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people takes them. So we need more scenery pictures, but a lot of reason you can't get the scenery is especially on the Cassiar where we've been the last couple of days, the woods grow right up to the edge of the road. So,
yes.
So you have to, try to get in between the trees to get a picture of something. And it's very remote. We talked about today that we've seen a couple of Mounties, probably 3 or 4 Mounties, but they're in the towns. Out on the road, I guess you're just on your own. We've gone through several Indian reservations, First Nations is whatever the correct term is now. But the cops have been non-existent, and I guess that's the way it is. It may be the same way in Wyoming. You have a limited number of people for such a big area, you just don't see them. But today we're in Watson Lake, Yukon. Tomorrow, Whitehorse. The day after that, Destruction Bay, and the day after that, hopefully, if we don't break something in Destruction Bay, Tok, Alaska, the mainland Alaska. So we're almost there. The end is in sight. The goal is in sight, not the end. The goal was in sight. There's basically 2 ways to drive to Alaska. One is the Alcan, which we're on now, and one of them is the Cassiar highway. They don't call them, it's Highway 37. Up here they refer to the highways by their name instead of the number, but it's Highway 37. Because of the fires in Jasper, we couldn't go the way we had planned, so we came up the Cassiar, and I can't recommend it. It's parts of it were beautiful. I really enjoyed going to Hyder, Alaska, and Stewart was a cute little town, but it's a lot of driving for. It's just a lot of driving to get to where we are. And to me, especially not seeing any animals, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. What you got, Mama?
Yeah, I agree. Hyder was pretty cool. You know, we didn't see any bears. The scenery was pretty. And on the way to Stewart, it was pretty. But just to be honest, I mean, I am thankful that I got to see the Bear Glacier. That was awesome. But after that, it's just kind of like, well, here we are. And I don't mean that to be ugly or any of those things, but that's just kind of like you go to a certain point and it's a dead end, and then you've seen all you can see, and then you just have to come back the same way out. Like I said, the scenery was beautiful. It was very beautiful, and I encourage people to go, but just know that you're in it for a drive. And that's just what we were talking about today. People that think they can do it in a short amount of time, and some people might can, but for us, no. I could not imagine just taking 2 weeks and coming to Alaska and driving, unless I was going on a cruise, because I just don't feel like you can do it. We've spent 49 days in Canada. No, it's not 49 days, but we've spent a long time in Canada just trying to get to Alaska.
It was a week today. We crossed over a week ago today. It's going home. We're gonna, unless something changes, we're gonna go down the Alcan all the way around. It's a bit of a circuitous route. The short distance mileage wise is to go back down the Cassiar where we just came from. But I think because of the road conditions and the speed you have to drive, it's $500. It's 400 miles shorter, but I think we can make that up with driving on a better road and going and this way we'll get to see some different scenery also. So nothing against Canada, you know. God bless all y'all.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, but the Cassiar is. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we had the opportunity. Thank God for that. But I'm one and done as far as that's concerned.
Yes.
We didn't do a YouTube shout out yesterday. So a couple of channels that we watch that kind of got us started on the thinking about coming up here is Keep Your Daydreams. They've got 800 million subscribers. They don't need our shout out, but we started watching them.
Yeah.
And also what did you say it was? Today is Someday. We watch them a lot also, and they have a bunch of subscribers, and so they don't need any help from us either. But
right.
But there's a couple. If you haven't watched them, go ahead and watch their channel and see a different side of life. One of them drives a great big diesel pusher, and one of them pulls an Airstream. So both of those are out of our price range. But God bless them. Safe travels to all y'all. And what else you got, Mama?
I think that's it. We're excited to be getting closer. And like I said, we've got some chores today. And tomorrow we're going to go to the Signpost Forest. This is probably backwards, but hopefully you can see it. But we're going to put up our sign. And it's so crazy. I was just thinking like you couldn't see it from the road, but it's just like right there. As you're driving down the road, the Signpost Forest is right there in Watson Lake. So we're going to do that probably maybe later this evening because we'll be gone tomorrow. We're going to do laundry, get our showers, go to the grocery, and do the Signpost Forest, and then we'll be ready for bed, let me tell you. Because we was all up early this morning.
On our way to White Horse tomorrow.
Yes.
Until next time.
We'll see you down the road.